So people, if you look at your screen, this is an article that was in the newspaper in Jamaica. The caption simply reads, BEATEN teen seeks couples therapy over compensation that is recommended by the judge. Now people, I make sure that I put this up right at the start so you see say me nah make up any sorts of story. Because you know, say, whole heap of them blogger, them lie, them over-sensationalize, them exaggerate story, because them know, say, them not really have the skill set. However, as it pertains to myself, I only deal with facts and evidence. So pretty much, there was a case in courts in which this teen boyfriend beat up an ex-teen girlfriend, and he was found guilty, and the judge recommended that the compensation he is supposed to pay for any sorts of physical damages, any sorts of INJURIES. I am going to go to my intro, then I am going to come back. People. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called, If It Is Love, Why Does It Hurt So Bad? If love's so nice, why it hurts so bad? Why it feels like this? People don't know what is wrong with this new generation. Don't know if them standard low. Don't know if they are insecure. Don't know if them nana head nana sense have no sorts of dignity and pride. So pretty much like I said, this case went in front of the parish courts. And when the judge was delivering what she feels she recommends, she said to the victim, well, I am recommending that your boyfriend pay you full compensation based on your complaints. The 19-year-old victim then looked at the judge and said, I would rather for my 18-year-old boyfriend and sorry, to have couple therapy. Because I feel as if we can work this out. Don't watch the MMA. Don't watch the Tyson. Don't watch the KICKS, the uppercuts, the ABUSE, physically and verbally. I think that it is just a misunderstanding. Could you please recommend that this youth stays out of the big yard and we live together happily after we go to therapy and everything, I think, will be okay. Now, people, doesn't this speaks volume of the type of person that this lady is? The sad thing is that it is not an isolated case. Not only teenager, you have big women in them 30 and 40 that are going through this. A lot of times they are stuck because of financial reason. That means that them don't have any sorts of trade, no sorts of education, no sorts of skill set. Them can't sustain themselves, so therefore they stay. It is caught between a rock and a hard place. And them stay in the ABUSE until it escalates to the worst extent. So this judge is left bewildered and baffled as she looks over her spectacles and contemplates how could this young lady come to such a decision. Based on all the evidence, based on all the clottings, this is what her decision is. People, like me say, some people are stuck and stupid. Some people put COCKY over them life. And no matter what this person do to them, they are always going to run back to that person. Until, of course, their BLOOD runs. The judge has no sorts of choice. Well, she can make a choice and make a decision that she has to be paid. However, if somebody tell you, say, somebody for pay you, and you say, you don't want the money, the judge cannot force you. So therefore, the judge is going to go with the recommendation of that person, even though she probably know that it is wrong. And I am not speaking for the judge, me just say, the judge don't know what to do. She is perplexed. People, this is a sad state of affair, and this is why we have children having children, parents that are out there that are irresponsible, that bring these menaces to society. This is what happened when an abuser stay with a young lady and them have some sorts of picnic, and then that picnic becomes the burden of the state or the country. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called, "This is the perfect case," that lets you know that there's always 2 to 3 sides to every story as it pertains to any sorts of SHOOTING in these garrison. It is always the residents, family members versus the victim or suspect. That is one side, the side of the po, and then the side of truths. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in Old Harbour a couple of days ago, Terminal Road, that dirt track to be specific, where it is said that 2 young men lost their life. One of those persons, Nigeria Bailey, he is said to be 23-year-old, date of birth 13/09/2000, unemployed. The next person, like I said, Daniel Mackenzie, 20-year-old, date of birth 05/06/2003. That means him at 20, the next one at 24, going on to 23, the first one. Both of them unemployed. When I heard these persons protesting, I heard a whole bunch of people in the crowd. I said, listen, them youth here are hard-working youths. Them go to work every day. As a matter of fact, I specifically heard a couple of people said, them install my window them in my house. So I said to myself, boy, an incident that occurred in a Lindsay in which some sorts of video shows a young youth being placed on his knee, and then we hear 1 round discharge, and then we heard that there was controversy as to when the time of this youth losing his life. The residents and family member is saying that I in the morning, the poor say I in the evening. However, there was no sorts of body camera being worn. Such is the case in this case. So when I did the report, I said it does not look good for the JCF back to back. No sorts of body camera again. Controversial, not black or white, it is grey. One side I say ray, the next side I say nay. However, people, somebody pins me in a line force and I say, listen, let me tell you something. Me tell you before, whenever you see the people them go, and then you hear say people lose them life in a some sorts of SHOOT out. Always listen to both sides. Always know that whenever you see smoke, there is always FIRE. That means something in a something. Street code, po attack to blogger kind of ish. So the resident them say these youth never have any sorts of tool. The po reports them find 1 sort of tool, 9mm Beretta, and a homemade SHOT shotgun, I think. Don't quote me on that. Based on what the resident must say, the youth them a go to work about them business, and po just run down upon them out of the blows just like that. And people, you and I know that there are some road cops in Jamaica. All sorts of international body, I tell you, say Jamaica is known for extrajudicial KILLING. So therefore, this is no sorts of state secrets. However, like I told you before, it is now the new rule. It does not matter if these people come for you once you're the intended target, once your name a call up, once you're a buzz in the street with the badness. Whenever that warrant is signed, meaning DEATH, whenever them go for you, even if you're in front of the pastor and I confess, too late is the call. You are going to the afterlife. Not saying that that is the case. In this case, me just say, speaking in general. So based on what the po say, them a travel along the dirt road and them see a pro box. Them signal the pro box will stop. The man them a act jiggy. The man them a act bummy. The man them a act in a very suspicious manner. So therefore, them pull over, them roll up. When them roll up, the man them wheel and pop off, jump out, alighted out of the vehicle. Po side of the story, me never did it. The man then blaze up some can and the P0L with M16 with all sorts of 9. About 3 officers or so return like fire, like them tell you, say, listen, whenever you blaze up after the P0L, we not try to knock you in your knee, in your toe, in your finger. Not like that. We are going for the vital organ, meaning the crown, and also your upper body, your torso, in which it have all of those vital organs. So the P0L returned fire. After the smoke clear, everything calmed down. 2 men lie down, rush to the hospital. However, you and I know too late was going to be the call as it pertains to that. So the people might tip me off and I tell me, say, they don't know, say, them youth are involved in all sorts of things. And a 1 time, and a 2 time, and a 30 grand dresser. And a little bit of time we make off of them and them escape. And like say, them never get locked up before for some sorts of criminal activity. Yes, them have a checkered past. Yes, them have a criminal history. Yes, they are known in the street, the people, the resident, everybody know, including the mama and the papa. So these youths are menaces to society. So therefore, adjust them time come, it is as simple as this. So it seems as if these people live in a state of denial, because they are out there, I put up all sorts of old stove, old fridge, I burn up all sorts of tire, I stop decent people from go to work, I stop the JPS and other utility company from coming in there and disconnecting them illegal wire. All the time, them know that these youths are no sorts of saints. So people, going forward from this day forth, me and pick up for nobody unless me hear both sides of the story. Because people, like I've told you before, there is a new policy that is implemented. It is called whenever that DEATH warrant is signed for you. Fly high or fly low. Whether there is some sorts of SHOOT out, whether there is any sorts of tool that was fine, once the warrant signed, it is doomsday for you. You are going to the afterlife. We don't really care about the details of exactly what transpired anymore. We are in dire strait. We are in a desperate situation. So therefore, whenever we can get a win, we can take a win. A win is a win is a win. So therefore, if you're out there get trouble, when the people them come for you, me no want to hear anybody a cry and a bawl and a protest. It is going to fall on deaf ears. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, this is an update about a story that I did maybe about 48 hours ago about a car thief that went to a particular apartment complex, residential area in St. Andrew. This is the person picture right here. While he was at that specific location, he was sauntering around the people and vehicle. He went there on Friday, him tried to open a particular vehicle. Then he came back on Saturday, sauntering around. However, he left. Lucky for him, he did not bite the bait, because it might have been bye-bye for him. I told you that his name was Chevron. That is how he is known on the street. He is from Shortwood. However, people, doing some investigation, checking my source, this is exactly what I got. If you look at the picture right here, this is actually him without the little goatee beard, and him hairstyle look a little different. He looks kind of older in this picture. If it is not him, it is his brother. This vehicle was registered to him. He is from a Shortwood address. I have the specific address. It has a 7 and it also has a 4. You can put it in an order. Kingston 8 that is. However, it's either him or him brother, because both of them look alike if you look on the mouth area. The person in which this vehicle is registered to, his name is KHRON Blair Grove. He was born on the 25th of January 1986. Like me say, him live in a Kingston 8. Now, Mr. Blair Grove, I warned you before and I warn you again. If any vehicle gets missing in that vicinity, the people them a come for you. So whether I your brother, whether I your mama, whoever live at the house, left people things alone. The trap is set for you. However, you avoid the trap. You was very lucky. However, your luck will run out sooner or later if you keep doing the same thing. Now people are saying to me, why you give him any sort of warning? You should have make him get KILLED. People, the truth and the fact is that him did just a Santa. The cameras on the complex picked him up because there has been stolen vehicle incident before from that same location. So it seems as if he probably thought that it was a feeding tree. However, them nearly feed him a couple of corn. So young man, take my silly advice. These people, they are waiting for you to slip and make a slide in the afterlife. So therefore, do what is right. Because people are say, why me even warning people? Sometimes these youth them are stray, and until them get some sorts of notification, maybe they are going to continue doing the same old ish. However, hopefully for this young youth, he make some sorts of change in his life. I doubt that he will. However, he got a next opportunity to make it right. Whenever you do the wrong thing I go always do you. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called break up to make up. That is all they do. Because them know say as it pertains to politics, a yassa nice. A yassa the feeding tree, yassa corruption can make you a very wealthy person. I am speaking about an individual known as Mr. Everall Warmington, real government name Clifford Warmington. We saw that there was some sorts of controversy after he made some sorts of statement because his comrades had lost. That anybody in the PNP will win can't get any sorts of government money, the people and purse from him. He is going to withhold that. He was pretty much forced to resign, or he was pretty much kicked out of the JLP. In a very controversial move, your Prime Minister Andrew Holness said yes, he cannot be any part of representational politics. However, he can work in the trenches. We saw that Mr. Warmington came out and him said, hold on a minute, when him take me for precke, him expect me to go working at the trench. However, I can't do any sort of representational politics of people. He then claimed he resigned while he was being fired. Don't know who come first, the chicken or the egg. However, it seems as if Mr. Clifford Warmington, OC Everall, has had a change of heart and he sent some sorts of withdrawal of resignation to your Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The letter reads something like this: Dear colleagues, this is to inform you that I have withdrawn my letter of resignation as chairman of the Area 2 of the Area Council 2. I am fully committed to working with the re-election of the Jamaica Labour Party as the government of Jamaica and the Most Honourable Andrew Holness as Prime Minister. I look forward to continue support working together as on for the common purpose. Something like that. Signed, Mr. C.F. Warmington, MP. Now people, when this happened, I told you before, politics is the biggest feeding tree, the biggest scam. The only place that you can make money illegally and it still be illegal with corruption. I told you these persons are going to rotate him. Them are going to make it calm down the 9-day talk and then he is going to be back on the block like Jenny from the block. So this is exactly what transpired. It is called recycle of the corruption. We saw the same thing as it pertains to Floyd Green. They make it calm down. The same thing as it pertains to Warmington. They are not going any other place on planet Earth. This is where the easy money is. Everybody all sorts of thief, Alibaba and the 40 thief. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.